Hey, what's going on YouTube? Aaron here, and I just wanted to weigh in on the Mariah Carey and Nicholas Menagerie beef. Also, Nicholas Menagerie, also known as Nicki Minaj. And I got that straight from Kid Fury TV, so thank you so much for that one. Maybe I can get a view or two off of it now. Thank you kindly. Anyway, one point that I just wanted to make, I'm watching a lot of these response videos because a lot of them are funny, quite frankly. And they're meant to be funny, you know. And a lot of people are saying things like, American Idol is a show for singers and vocalists and people who can actually hold a tune and people who know key changes and octaves and scales and things like that. And Nicki Minaj is none of those things. She's just a two-bit rapper who doesn't know about that. So it makes no sense that she's a judge on this show. And to that, I have to say a couple of things. One, it's my understanding, allegedly, that she went to LaGuardia High School of Performing Arts. Now, I have some close connections to that school from people who would have been there around the time that she was there and before she became big Nicki Minaj. I was like, do you know such and such a person? And that was back when she was out and famous, and it was like, yeah, I know who she is, but no, I never saw her at the school. But it was just like, that's interesting. But I'm not saying she didn't go there. But I think it's also because at first they were saying that she's an '84 baby. So I was saying, well, she'd be 1 year older than you, the person that I know, who actually was a student at the school. But in actuality, it looks like it's changed now, and it's saying that she's an '82 baby, so she's actually older than me because I'm an '83 baby. But so yeah. Anyway, allegedly she went there. So if she did indeed go there, she does have formal training, and I know the regimen at that school. Like you can't be a one-trick pony at that school. You know, you have to be able to do the whole shebang. You know, like you have to. It's like it is like fame. You know, you have to be able to do some singing, do some dancing, do some acting and stage and all of that stuff. So anyway, with that being said, assuming that she went there, she does have some type of formal training as a vocalist. Second, I believe she displays some of that vocal training, formal training as a vocalist, because she does sing on her album. And I like the album. I have it. I'm not going to lie. I jam it. I bump that in the car, okay? You can't tell me nothing. Wise, guys, come get this pie. Anyway, wait, what's the thing? Hey, you, jump in this ride. It's so nice. Anyway, whatever. But anyway, I like the album. I play it. I enjoy it. And I would say she is singing on about 30 to 40% of the album, honestly. And the reason I put singing in quotes is because I'm a self-proclaimed Whitney Houston stan. I would say she's the only artist that I stand for, but I stand for Whitney Houston. I have been a fan of hers since I was like a toddler. I remember How Will I Know coming out. I remember hearing that song when I lived in New York City, and we moved from New York City when I was 4 years old. So anyway, I've been a fan of Whitney Houston for a long time, and I call that singing. So a lot of the stuff that people do now is singing. And for Nicki Minaj, and I'm not hating on anybody's vocal ability because trust me, you know, I've sung in some of my videos and I've had plenty of negative comments about it. So it is what it is. It's something I enjoy. It's something I try to do, and I like it. It is what it is, period, you know? So anyway, as far as today's standards of singers are concerned, Nicki Minaj is, in my opinion, and this is not hate, this isn't shade, this isn't giving Nicki Minaj more than she deserves. I feel as though she's up to par with most of the latest pop singers, you know, like your Rihanna or your, who else? Your Demi Lovato, stuff like that. I would add Britney Spears to the mix, but Britney Spears is actually from the previous generation where you actually did have to be able to sing. And the thing about Britney Spears is she can sing. Especially like when Britney Spears was on the Mickey Mouse Club, she was covering songs by Aretha Franklin, Shaka Khan. Like Britney Spears can blow. And on her first album, she has some songs where she's like really blowing on. But and I remember when JC Chazez, because I'm not gonna lie, I was a fan of the whole Britney Spears NSYNC thing. I was with it all the way, please. But they were like my big brothers and my big sister. Anyway, um, Britney. I remember when JC Chazez from NSYNC said that he was like, people are really sleeping on Britney Spears' voice, but she's actually a really talented vocalist, and that sort of had me listen up a little closer to Britney Spears as well on that first album. And I was like, you know what, he's right. Actually, she really can sing. Like Britney Spears has a voice. You know, like she had ballads like "From the bottom of my broken heart, there's just a thing or two I'd like you to know. You are my first love, you are my true love. From the first kiss until the very last rose. From the bottom of..." And then on that second album, it's funny because I remember Christina Aguilera. This is such a tangent, but whatever. It's whatever. I remember everybody was making a big deal about Christina Aguilera hitting the high E above middle C in Reflections, and it's almost like when you listen to Britney Spears' Oops, I Did It Again album, it's almost like she said, you know what, Christina Aguilera has that high E above middle C, but I have the high E F above middle C and the F G above middle C. How about that? And the high A above that. And she was hitting that note all over the album, like just hollering it out. Songs like "Where Are You Now?" Where are you now? You know, like she was. Anyway, that's a tangent. So people really kind of slept on her vocal ability, and she sort of became a singer who sings to dance music because she's a singer that you play in the club so you can dance to it. And she came out with "In the Zone," and that was my album too. That was a tight album. But anyway, she. So all of that to say, I don't put Britney Spears with everybody else because she actually can sing. Whether or not she displays her full range of vocal abilities is another subject. But anyway, as far as this latest crop of singers is concerned, I feel as though Nicki Minaj is up there with everybody else, and she can sing just like everybody else out there. Sing just like everybody else out there. You know, she's no Whitney Houston who sings, and Mariah Carey sings as well. You know, I hate to say that they're from a different generation because that makes me feel so old, and I'm just an '83 baby. But I did grow up on Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston and all of that stuff, y'all. But you know, I guess for the kids who are like 16 and 17 and stuff like that, that is their generation, you know. So that is the generation before them. You know, that's, you know, they're probably listening to Nicki Minaj and Demi Lovato and Taylor Swift. That's another one. I do like that song though. And I was mad with Taylor Swift for a little bit about the whole. Anyway, that's another. Whoa, that's another topic. But anyway, I do like her song. We're like never ever getting back together again, and we're never ever ever getting back together. I love how the part where she was like, yeah, like never getting back together. I love that. And I also like the part where she says, she talks about how he's so into this indie girls music because it's not pop like mine. Like, pff, flip you, you know? And I think that's so funny because her music is so much better because she's indie, like, pff, whatever. I'm like, all right, Taylor Swift, I hear you, girl. Yes, sister, get it. Anyway, so yeah, that's my thing. Oh, last point. Perhaps the whole beef between Mariah Carey and Nicki Minaj could have been alleviated if, after basically American Idol played Mariah Carey a little bit, kind of, they did, and that they were like, you're going to be the only female on the show. And then they said, you know what, you're going to be the only female on the show except for Nicki Minaj. If they had, one, taken Kid Fury's advice and said, you're going to be the only female on the show, but we're also going to have Nicholas Menagerie. Or, how about this? You're going to be the only female on the show, but we're going to add Roman Zelensky. He's a pretty cool fella. You'll like him. And she'd be like, oh, well, I don't know who this Nicholas Menagerie is, nor do I know who Roman Zelensky is. But, okay, hopefully they'll catch their big break on the show thanks to a starlet like me. Starlet O'Hara. Anyway, but yeah. So that's my weighing in on that. As far as people saying Nicki Minaj, she's not a singer, she's not a singer. She sings just as good as any other singers out from this latest crop of singers, basically. You know, she'll give you a good scream note every now and then. That's all auto-tune. It is what it is, you know? And, oh my gosh, crap. And again, she's talented, you know, everyone's talented. So there's no need to, like, comment, like, people used to give me comments like, your videos might be okay, but you ruin them when you sing in your videos because your singing is horrible. So, yes, I know I did some singing in this video. Don't hate, it is what it is. And yeah, I think that's it. So please don't hate. Don't give me that whole, your video was fine until you started singing that Britney Spears song. You know, don't hate. Please. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace. Be blessed. Oh, and I'm not hating either. I'm just stating my opinion that Nicki Minaj is just as talented a singer as any other singers from this latest crop of singers. Any other singer from this? Yeah. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace. Be blessed.